This is breaking news from Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
We begin with breaking news from Monroe County. The man convicted of killing IU student Hannah Wilson has been sentenced in a case involving another IU student. It's all part of a plea deal. As Matt McCutcheon explains, Daniel Messel interrupted the victim repeatedly in court.
The hearing lasted about 45 minutes here in Bloomington at the Monroe County Courthouse, with Daniel Messer appearing inside this courtroom. Basically, the state and the victim both agreed to drop all of the charges except for one charge, that charge being the battery charge, which comes with an 8-year maximum sentence. However, due to Messel being a habitual offender, there's an additional 7 years for a maximum of 15. The judge decided to rule in favor of all 15 years for this sentence here today. The victim also addressing Messel in court today, speaking to him, describing the night everything happened back in 2012 as, quote, the most traumatic night of my life. Also going on to say that she still has anxiety to this day. The judge then thanked her and agreed to that sentence of 15 years. And even the Brown County prosecutor felt compelled to come over after dealing with Messel with the Hannah Wilson case.
I lived with what that man did in Brown County, Indiana for 18 months, put a lot of time and effort into obtaining justice for Hannah Wilson.
All right, and we are 90 minutes away from getting an update from the prosecutor in the murder of Boone County Deputy Jacob Pickett. He was killed in March in the line of duty while trying to catch a suspect. The prosecutor told us after making the initial hearing that he was still deciding whether to pursue the death penalty for Anthony Baumgart. We have a news crew in Boone County, and we will send you push alerts as soon as we get them from the prosecutor. The man accused of driving a van and plowing into people on a crowded Toronto sidewalk has appeared in court. Alex Minnison has been charged with 10 counts of murder. 15 others suffered injuries in yesterday's attack. NBC's Ron Mott tells us what police have learned about the suspect and a possible motive.
Here in Toronto, police continue to work what is a very large, extensive crime scene stemming from that van rampage yesterday. Police allege this 25-year-old suspect drove his van at the corner of Yonge and Finch down the sidewalk, hitting pedestrians, and at one point was apparently driving southbound in the northbound lanes. That is why they believe this was a deliberate act. Police say right now that it appears that mental illness may be the driving force behind this attack and not terrorism. 10 people have been confirmed killed in this incident. That was up 1 from the initial reports of 9. 15 remain injured and hospitalized. The suspect due in court today to hear the first charges.
The Waffle House shooting suspect will be in court tomorrow. Travis Reinkein is accused of killing 4 people and hurting 4 others. Police caught him yesterday after a nationwide manhunt. He is facing 4 charges for criminal homicide, and his bond is set at $2 million. Former President George H.W. Bush is awake, alert, and talking. Doctors say that he is responding to medication. The 41st president was admitted to intensive care Sunday with an infection that led to sepsis. His hospitalization came the day after his wife of 73 years was laid to rest. A family spokesman says the 41st president is determined to get healthy and to get to Maine this summer. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett says he's focused on improving public safety following a record year for homicides. During last night's State of the City address, Hogsett outlined plans for IMPD to immediately return to beat policing. The mayor joined us on Sunrise, where he talked about potholes.
We've appropriated through the budgeting process. The council has approved $88 million for road reconstruction and resurfacing. That process will begin this very day, as our roads will, over the course of the next few months, really improve. But what I've asked the council to do now is to consider an appropriation that will increase and provide for the reemergence of a street maintenance division.
The mayor will also ask the council to invest in new equipment and workers for the street maintenance division. The Pacers are squeezing in one more practice before heading to Cleveland for Game 5 tomorrow night. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. The Pacers have got to find a way to get Victor Oladipo back on track. He was double-teamed and struggled shooting, going 5 of 20 from the field in Game 4. But the Pacers should feel confident. They blew out the Cavs on their home floor in Game 1 and almost beat them in Game 2. Tip-off tomorrow night is at 7 o'clock, and then it's Game 6 back in Indianapolis on Friday night. And The Voice returns tonight, and this time someone's going home. Fort Wayne's Christiana Danielle is hoping her emotional performance last night is enough to help her move on.
Anywhere I would have followed you. So say something, I'm giving up on you.
Voting has closed and there are no more judge saves, so unless Christiana gets enough votes, she'll be out of the competition. But Christiana says that she is happy with her performance.
And vocally, it came out how I wanted it to. I was a little bit more emotional than I would have liked to be because I wasn't as collected, but I think that kind of just showed the world like what was really on my heart. So no regrets.
You can watch the results tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Channel 13. And if you're coming downtown, you'll notice that Monument Circle is closed. American Ninja Warrior is setting up the course to shoot another episode here in Indianapolis. Taping is planned for this weekend, and this will be the second time that the show has used Indianapolis as a backdrop since 2016. Protecting your packages from porch pirates is a big concern for Amazon. So now you can get deliveries to your car. I'll talk to an Amazon customer who shows me how it works. Plus, we'll learn if your vehicle is eligible, and we're getting ready for the royal wedding. Carlos Diaz shows us a hat display that would make Brits envious. And it's right here in Indianapolis.